So it has come to me that a few people in the IWC have got wind of my statements concerning one Mustafa Ali, and they didn't take to it. And so, with that being in consideration, and just understanding that my take may have offended people, I would like to say from the bottom of my heart, I don't care.
It's true, though. It's true. And
I agree with you.
Huh?
I agree with you.
Exactly. It's not. Wait, did you agree with me?
Hey. Breeze past it. Nothing happened.
Very well.
How many people do you know can survive a huge hammer being bashed on their head?
Bugs Bunny.
So
Don't boo me, I'm right.
What in the Rick Boo is this? I have literal powers.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
You're muted. You're muted, buddy. You're muted again. Anyway,
Yo. Am I good now? My computer's being very slow today. What in the world is going on? Lord have mercy. I came up here to tell you I don't care about y'all opinions and all y'all are crying and blocking me on Twitter, and my thing want to go ahead and mute me. I must be getting censored by Streamlabs.
You hit them
people with not Streamlabs.
You hit them with the Conor McGregor, bro. I like to take this time to
cancel
apologize.
culture that ran to the StreamYard. Oh my gosh.
He hit y'all with the Conor McGregor. I like to take this time to apologize to
I swear
nobody.
I don't care, bro. I was sitting there Saturday just laughing, and all these people just like, oh, you're a this is a horrible take. I'm gonna block you. I was like, all right, cool. I don't care about you anyway. You don't have you have a wrestler as your profile picture. Why am I gonna take you seriously? Every single person that quote tweeted my thing and said something negative about me had some wrestler or some anime character as their profile picture, and I'm supposed to take you seriously. Absolutely not. Kick rocks, get out. Boom. I don't care. Oh dang, I was kind of going. I kind of went too hard there. My fault. Let me get back to myself. Woo. It's February 2nd. You know what that means.
It means this.
You know what that means.
Yo, Smalls, turn up, I'm black. I'm black, y'all, and I'm yo, I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, 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 black, y'all, and I'm
all right, got it. All right, so yes, if you don't know, now you know. This is Black History Month, day 2 of 28. And Lord have mercy, I have enjoyed it so far, just talking about Mansa Musa to the kiddos. I had to put them on game, even though I didn't really have a Black History moment, Black History talk today. Today was more about wrestling, which is hilarious because I never thought I'd be talking about wrestling. But I had some interesting conversations about wrestling today.
You heard some bad takes, didn't you? Just say you heard some bad takes.
No. It was some interesting. It was interesting opinions where in person, and this is the one thing I love about talking wrestling with people in person rather than talking about wrestling to people on the internet. Usually when you talk about wrestling with people in person, you may disagree with their takes, but you're not going out there trying to berate them every time you see something that you disagree with. We just like, I really wonder what would our friendship be like if we were internet friends. It'd probably be a lot different.
Yeah. Like, you mean like we were still friends but had differing opinions like we do?
Yeah. We probably would have blocked each other about 5 or 6 times by now.
Yeah. But it depends. Will I still have you on Messenger? Like, will we talk, like, what video call frequently, or?
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know, because I can't even tell you how many people that have blocked me because I'm some type of WWE shill or something. Like, I literally been called E-drones and shills and all these other things. I was like, no, I just look at things from a different perspective. I still criticize WWE to this point.
You do.
If you really want me to be honest with you, you want my true opinion of wrestling right now?
What is your true opinion?
I truly feel that professional wrestling is not as interesting as it used to be. There is not one single show that I can say that I can't miss it. I can't miss it live. There's not one single show right now on TV that I can say that, oh, I need to sit down and watch it every single week. Most times, if I throw it on, I have something else going on in the back. It's playing in the background while I'm playing the game or just cleaning up my room. And then if I see something that's interesting to me, then I'll sit down and watch it. But for the most part, I can't say that I have a consistent show where I'm not doing anything else and I'm just paying attention to the show.
Here is where I will actually agree with you on there. As wild as that may be. No, people, you're not in some kind of genjutsu.
What is going on?
We're agreeing on something.
This 2022 is already weird, guys.
Yes, we are agreeing on something. And no, when I say we, I'm not speaking in French. I agree with you because most of my day now, unless it's a certain GCW show, depending on who's on there, I watch GCW depending on who's on there. I watch Impact depending on who's on there. You know what I mean? Depending on if there's a match that I want to grab me. But I won't catch that live. You know what I mean? I love Impact, but I'm not going to catch it live. The one show I will honestly do watch live is AEW. That's solely because some of the storylines are interesting. Like, they're teasing Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson again for the first time in a long time. And I want to see where that goes. I'm going to watch tonight because I don't want to miss CM Punk versus MJF and see what they do there.
That's really the reason why I'm watching.
See? But for most of the part, you know what I'm doing? I'm mostly scouring through Twitter, following pages like Vintage Puroresu or Puroresu Flosion, which show a lot of stuff from Noah and All Japan, or from the early 80s and 90s, watching clips of mostly Stan Hansen taking people's heads off with lariats, or Mitsuhiro Misawa elbowing people in the face. Or Naomichi Marufuji doing something incredible. But what do? I see there, figure out who he's fighting, and say, oh, I got to watch that match because I want to see this clip. That's what I did yesterday.
So basically what you're telling me is that pro wrestling in 2022 is basically a highlight show. Sadly. How much wrestling at this point?
And here's the thing.
Can you say that you can watch the highlights and pretty much know what's going on?
Huh.
Just about all of it, really.
Yeah.
All you need to do is see the highlights, and you basically got the gist of the show.
Except for Wrestle Kingdom, because New Japan
Japan's not an episodic show, so it's kind of different.
But I mean, as far as like when you're encompassing pro wrestling as a whole, as far as shows that Rev Pro, OTT, Beyond, you know what I mean? You know, shows like that who only run like one show a month. You know, that's different. Yeah. And they're good. You know what I mean? So, I mean.
All right, before we get into
I was watching Marufuji versus match between Marufuji and Nakajima from 2014. You know how I found that clip? You know how I found that match? I saw a clip of Nakajima whiplash, Irish whipped Marufuji in the corner. Marufuji countered with some kicks. He ducked, Nakajima ducked one of the kicks, hit him with a thrust kick, knocked him out. And I was like, oh, I got to find that. Plus, the way that he hit the kick looked super stiff because Japan is awesome. Also, people comparing Johnny Knoxville's elbow to the way Mitsuhiro Misawa would hit his elbow. And when I saw the side-by-side picture, I said, yeah, that looks about right.
No, you saw me
Did you
when
see
I was
the picture I'm
texting my
talking about?
uncle. Yeah. You saw me when I was texting my uncle. My uncle had me dying. So my uncle's all the way in Kuwait. And he ended up, so evidently he was able to get the Peacock app for free. So
Nice.
I would just read the text messages that, because he just came out of the blue. It was like, where is it? Here it is. So he's like, is the Royal Rumble going on now? I was like, yep. He's like, okay, I'm watching it now, but I was thinking it was a rebroadcast or something. Good thing service members overseas get pay-per-views for free. I was like, that's dope. What do you think so far? And this is the one part that really hit me, gave me a little light bulb moment. I almost missed watching it, but they are not as sharp with the moves and flowing with each other like back in the day. Think about that. We always talk about how the wrestlers,
right.
Because it's always talked about how the wrestlers today are better than the wrestlers of back then. But then you start looking at it, and it's like they do cooler moves.
Yes,
the wrestlers do cooler moves. But if you watch the wrestling of then compared to now, it's a lot cleaner.
Everybody have a homework assignment. Go on YouTube, watch Kenta Kobashi versus Misawa, March 1st, 2003. Look how smooth that match goes.
Because I know you don't like him, but Cornette made a really good point. He said these wrestlers today do moves with a impressiveness of 80 and accuracy of like 20. Compared to back then, it was an impressiveness of 20, but accuracy of 80. So it wasn't, the accuracy was like that. So then he goes on to say, the guy that was number 2 entering for the men, I feel like he might be broken the way he did the Andy's coming from Toy Story. That's Shinsuke. Oh. You know, he does a little thing in the ring.
Yeah.
So then he was like, bro, I laughed out loud for real. And I said, I think he's broken. And then he was like, seriously? Johnny Knoxville? It's like, bro, that didn't last long. This has got to be in the next movie. The guy got some serious air in that frog splash. So we all know he's talking about there. I was like, yeah, that's never his highest. And then I sent him a picture of, what's this Hill guy? Bobby Hill for Otis, and he just died.
Yeah.
So shout out to my uncle for making me laugh throughout all that, man. But before I get to some of this news, I just want to say this because I've been seeing a lot of people kind of credit other people with some of these breaking news, especially when it comes to updates about Bad Bunny, him being in the Royal Rumble, Ronda Rousey being in the Royal Rumble. And I know people do not like his takes. And let's be real, it's a lot of his takes that I don't agree with. And I have no problem going to him and saying, look, I don't agree with this because I can actually have a conversation with him. And I know that he's not the type of person that if you disagree with his opinions, that he's just going to flat out block you for it, because he goes back and forth with Duke all the time about Humberto and Angel. But it's time that we start giving Brad Shepard some credit for his accuracy on some of these reports that he's been breaking.
I will say because I did see of him, he nailed.
He has been nailing it, because I just had a conversation today because they were talking about the Shane McMahon situation, which we'll get to. And they were like, I think, because he said that Ringside News broke the news about Bad Bunny and Ronda. I was like, no, I'm pretty sure they didn't. And I was like, no, go ahead, share me the articles where they broke the news. So he shared with me. Let me pull up the articles. Ringside News broke the Bad Bunny story on January 27th, 2022. One of the earliest moments I can see Brad Shepard say that Bad Bunny is on for the Royal Rumble. This is a tweet from January 18th. A few WWE updates. Ronda Rousey is now expected to be at the Royal Rumble. I have no idea what capacity. Bad Bunny is still on for the Royal Rumble. Nothing on The Rock in weeks, which is a red flag. At this point, I wouldn't rely on him appearing at any show. So, I got blocked by Brad Shepard not like a few years ago. Because I called him out because I was one of those ones that thought he was just out here just posting fake news. I got blocked. Out of the blue, I got unblocked. I was like, all right, cool. Because at this point, I've kind of listened to who Brad Shepard was for himself. I listened to when he was on the Jobber Series podcast. He was on Duke's podcast. So I got to actually listen to who Brad Shepard was. And I was like, he's actually pretty chill once you stop being just ridiculous all the time. So, again, some of his takes are kind of out there, which, I mean, everybody has a take that's kind of out left field. Let's be real. Everybody has at least one. I got a few myself, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. But it's time that everybody, including the wrestling media that breaks the news like 4 days later to say, oh, well, Brad dropped this a few days ago too. So I'm not the first one to break it and then put it behind a paywall. Hi, Sean. But let's go ahead and get down to the breakings because we had a lot go on over the last few days, especially in the world of wrestling. So the first thing I want to get to is Chris Jericho. I don't know if you heard this, but I want to see what you think about this take that he made. I meant to send it into the group, but I forget which podcast.
I'm embracing myself for what you're about to say.
It's not that bad, actually. I love working for WWE, but one thing they still have an issue with, and you can see it if you watch the show, is building new stars.
I have to disagree with them there. You know why?
You're disagreeing. You know I'm partially agreeing, but go ahead.
You know why? Because even though I don't watch NXT 2.0,
they're doing a great job over there.
I follow Wendy Chu. They got me to follow Wendy Chu.
I'm never going. See, my thing is, I'm a whole title NXT because they are killing it right now. And I kind of do want to give my flowers to a lot of them. I'm gonna go main roster here. He's partially correct. I think the one thing that the context is why I'm disagreeing to an extent because I'm not gonna solely place it on the powers that be. It's not 100% on them. Yes, they got to take a good amount of that blame. The talent has to take some of that blame. The network has to take some of that blame, and they're gonna hate me for saying this. We got to take some blame. We have to. I know the fans don't like to be held accountable for what they do and what they don't do. But a lot of times we look at something, read too far into it, and just immediately hate it. And this is why I bring NXT into the conversation. So, Ray, last week, or it was the week before, they shared, they put out a vignette of her looking like a Japanese schoolgirl.
Yeah,
what was the reaction to that?
It was not great. It was very off-putting.
They went in on it immediately to the point where people were going in on it saying that this is what Kenny Omega wanted. And
I did.
It was the cultists that were doing it.
That was weird.
That's one of the cornet things where that's Kenny's fetish and blah 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 in his words. But then we get to yesterday, and
wait. We're not just gonna skip past that like something. Kenny, it's his
because he says that Kenny Omega has some weird obsession with Japanese wrestlers.
I mean,
that are very, very small.
Okay, but I mean,
like he doesn't hate Japanese wrestlers. He just hates the ones like Riho and I'm sorry, Isaac, but he doesn't like your friend.
Maki Ito?
He hates Maki Ito.
Wait, is this the dude that called me out and called me the feds?
No.
Oh.
I don't even know. I've never heard his opinion on Maki, actually.
Still mad that dude called me the feds. Man. That was foul. That was foul. I did not deserve that.
Oh my gosh, my co-host is the feds, y'all. But yeah, we at the end of the day, we do this all the time, to where we'll turn on somebody and hate them. The second they get out of the Fed per se, then everybody wants to be behind their back, or everybody wants to support them.
Name an example. Killer Cross.
I was going to go with this one because this is going to carry over to the next subject. Lena Fernandez, formerly known as Nia Jax.
Yeah,
I can't tell you how many times I've seen them turn and flip and flop like they were the Big Show. So we all know the whole narrative for Nia Jax when she was in WWE. Oh, she injures wrestlers, even though she's claimed to only have injured 2. The rest have been freak accidents, which I can see. So the Becky Lynch thing. So you remember in the build up to the Rumble where she broke her face?
Survivor Series, you mean?
Yes. Yeah, my fault. So there was no heat between her and Becky. And this is probably why I respect Vince more. Some of his things he does. He was like, okay, the fans hate you. Let's build on it. Why wouldn't you build on that? Because if you say have a situation where same thing with Sami Callihan, go back to around that same time when he had did the same situation.
You talking about what he did to Eddie?
Yeah, what he did to Eddie, and you saw how everybody had something to say about it. Cornette was talking about it. Everybody in the moment was talking about it, and so you had the situation with Nia Jax, and she breaks Becky's nose and gives her concussion, and so she's out of the Survivor Series.
Honestly,
and so
that's
now
the
you have
exact same thing. Sammy did the exact same thing. He did, but Sammy also took the exact same approach.
Off of it.
He took that, and him and Eddie had one of the best feuds in 2018.
You know what it's called?
That's heat.
I knew it was coming. I knew that was coming, but it is though. It is. You're muted.
This thing is okay. I know it's wrong, but I'm a mute it now. So it didn't show up on mine, so I didn't know if it went through. But you saw it said that's heat. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm not playing any more videos because this is being stupid. Is this legit? Because Imai is saying the Killer Cross is all elite and the Athena's all elite. You got to show me videos, man. I can't just go off of Imai's text saying that Killer Cross is all elite, even though I have seen that there has been some interest in Keith Lee.
Yeah. Well, he's free now, right? Him and Cross are.
Yeah, they are officially free.
Cross released a video this morning at midnight. Well, early this morning. It wasn't at midnight, but early this morning he released a video saying now he's free and everybody's screwed. Basically. He's keeping the hair, which I kind of like him with the hair. He looks more terrifying.
I don't know. I gotta let it grow on me.
With the hair?
But
you gotta let hair grow on you? You with the Brandon Marshall haircut right now?
Just for him.
You are rocking the Brandon Marshall.
Seeing him bald for so long, it's gonna take time for me to really adjust to it. Yeah. I'm not saying I don't like it. It's just I got to let it grow on me first. But yeah, they. So the first thing that came out from that podcast was the fact that WWE asked her to be in the Royal Rumble. She said no. And it was like, yeah, Nia Jax, you a queen, blah blah blah, yeah. And then it comes out why she got fired. She got fired for her personal decisions to not get the shot. Cool. She knows the ramifications of her decision. She owns up and takes full responsibility of it. I mean, I've said the whole time, I feel like if you don't want it, just don't get it. But just know that employers do not have to keep you, especially when you are in show business and having to go to different arenas where you just can't be there because you don't have your shot. Can't go overseas. Can't go to New York. Can't go to Chicago now. Can't go to Cali. So again, like she said, she was talking to Vincent. She said, "You know, you're not going to be able to fulfill some of your contractual duties." She said, "Yeah, I understand, but I'm following my gut. I respect it." At that point, she's not coming out here crying about, "Oh, I'm being censored," or "Oh, woe is me." She says, "Look, I know what's up, and I'm cool with it." And shoot, I'm pretty sure she got enough money to where she don't need to wrestle a day in her life. And she's a model. She's set. She's a beautiful woman. She's set. I should slide her DMs. I don't care. Don't at me.
Whatever makes you happy, buddy.
Hey, dog, I love me some Lino, dog. I don't care what nobody say. But shout out to BFAB. Brianna Brandy is also free. That's Bay as well. You know what? Should I talk about this guy? Because I know if I talk about him, I get mad. And I know make other people mad because then somebody's going to tag Wrestle Cringe and I don't care.
I think here's what I think. I think this guy had probably one of the best matches of the year in 2017.
He did.
If you're talking about the guy I think you're talking about.
Yes.
And I think
his life was ruined off of an allegation.
That I will say, caveat that by saying through the allegations, the images that were presented for said allegation were not they didn't help his case.
He's already talked about it.
I'm saying from the images that I saw.
And this is why the court of public opinion is such a dangerous thing to a lot of corporations. Because this is a publicly traded. Oh, go ahead.
Let me finish. The images I saw that we talked about in the group when we were talking about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They weren't helping his case. You know? However, and I feel this way about the other person that I constantly talk about on here. If there was, well, unlike the other guy, he didn't get out in front of it. That's the only thing it said. However, if you had the cover for it, then, present your case, so to speak.
Right.
So
my thing is because we talked. Go ahead.
The fact that this person didn't have a cover, so to speak. Not that he was trying to cover it up and make it go away, but the fact that he didn't have, okay, do you have any defense? And the fact that this person really didn't, for me, this is just me, it didn't really say, hey, is not what I do. I didn't do this.
So usually when you're in that situation and you work for a big company, they say, "Hey, look, don't say anything."
Right.
Which, like you said, can be a bad look on you. But I for the life of me, I can't see why a publicly traded company would go out there and lie about something so serious, saying that, oh, we've done all the investigations and we found nothing incriminating. This is not some proprietorship that other people aren't involved in. This is something where you have multiple stockholders and investors, and you cater your show to children. 3 whole things right there, to where it doesn't add up to me that they would just go out there and say, nah, he didn't do it. On top of other things, like the fact that WWE is so racist that they protected this black man while they fired other white guys for similar situations. Like they literally
one of whom's
fired
trying to get into bare knuckle fighting.
No, he's in. So Jack Gallagher was fired. It was like 2 or 3. Ligero was fired.
Yes, he was
not only fired. They were Benoit. The Kiwi Buzzsaw, wasn't he? Travis Banks, was he fired?
Yeah, Travis Banks. I think I haven't seen Mandrews or not Mandrews.
No.
Yeah.
I think Mandrews is still going. But
Flash
I know
Morgan
that
Webster?
He's injured. Webster's injured. I can say that. But all these guys were fired, and they're white people, but WWE is so racist that they're going to protect a black man for this long. And it got to the point where was this energy for the other people that were involved in these speaking out stuff when you had Darby Allin's name in there, but nobody seems to care. Darby Allin's constantly on AEW television almost every week, sometimes in the main event picture, but nobody cares. Justin Roberts had a similar story, almost the same story as Velveteen Dream, but he's on TV every week calling the show, but nobody's giving hashtags to fire him either. But this guy, they sat there and every single time you had an idea he was on TV, fire him, fire him, fire him, fire him. But then Jay Lethal's on AEW TV right now.
That's it.
And you expect me to believe their investigation over WWE's investigation. I got a home to sell you by the rock in the metaverse right now. There's no way you're going to sit and tell me that I should believe Ring of Honor over WWE. WWE has a lot more to lose. The second somebody finds out, oh, they lied about that, something as serious as that, could you imagine? WWE always got put out of business for Chris Benoit killing himself. A man killed his family and himself, and WWE was within this close of being gone. And you expect me to believe that they would sit there and lie about something like that, knowing that they barely escaped with that? No. No, no, you're not going to sell me on that. And it sucks because, like I said, I was a big fan of him. And now he's basically blackballed off of allegation. And I was talking to somebody else. I was like, is there another crime that you can basically have your life entirely ruined just off of allegation with no conviction? I literally cannot think of another crime that you could just have an allegation with no conviction and your life is ruined. Seen it way too many times. Enzo. I'll name him because we already know his case was already proven false. He can't even land a contract on a big name. Some of that may be on him, but you gotta look at it to say that, yeah, the allegation has something to do with it. So I just don't see how honestly supposed to say, yeah, he's done without a fair trial. We live in America where we have due process, and he's innocent until proven guilty. I don't care if he's white or black, and I'm gonna stick for him because he's a black man on this Black History Month. Until you can until these accusers go and take care of this thing in the court of law, and you got other people that were involved in speaking out that's on national television getting seen by millions of people. Miss me with that. All right, moving on. I got one more wrestling story to talk about. I got a question for you, Isaac.
What is your question?
Have you ever heard of a man getting fired from a job he doesn't work at?
I can't say that I have.
Well, let me tell you about a man named Shane McMahon. Let me tell you about a man named Shane McMahon.
That was a wild.
So, according to Ringside News, so again, we know how we take Ringside News. Take it worth the grain. Ringside News exclusive report that Shane McMahon was a nightmare as a producer of the Men's Royal Rumble match. He openly buried Jamie Noble and wanted to book the match around himself. There were ramifications of all that heat. A tenured member of the creative team informed us that writers were told in a semi-quiet way that there would be no more creative discussions about Shane McMahon. They have now moved on to other creative discussions. That being said, Shane McMahon is no longer on Raw, Elimination Chamber, or WrestleMania. He was previously slated to be a regular on the Red brand. Vince McMahon's son has not been an employee of WWE for a long time. Just hold that until you thought. He has not been an employee of WWE for a long time. We were told he was supposed to be involved in the XFL, but then COVID hit and XFL went into bankruptcy. Shane has not been a WWE employee since he's been back. Vince McMahon also had no choice but to take his action against his own son. Vince had no choice. Shane created chaos, had everyone in the uproar, pissed off everyone in the Rumble, openly buried other producers, and was changing things that Vince wanted. Vince had no other choice but to send him home. The term blackball has not been used, but he was pretty much let go. Vince McMahon is quietly using the term let go to describe the situation. We will have to see if Shane McMahon ever makes a return to his father's company, but this run was cut very short. Keep checking that with Ringside News for more information on this still developing story.
Well, I'm going to say you knew how I felt about it when he showed up at the Rumble.
I just wanted to say, and I sent it to you, but Shane McMahon had the biggest pop of the Rumble.
I was not happy.
I know you were, but you just don't. And we were clowning you because like you can't hate the best in the world.
I mean, you mean this guy?
No, it's definitely Shane McMahon.
You mean Bryan Danielson? I think the word you mean is Bryan Danielson.
No, I mean Carmelo Hayes actually.
I think you mean Jonathan Gresham.
Melo don't miss, but I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think of this story, especially when they just put all these new merchandise of Shane on WWE Shop, which one looks dope, and I was like, maybe I should buy that. But I kind of want that Mysterio shirt though. Have you seen it? It's Wu-Tang inspired.
Oh, I think I have. Hang on.
Yeah, it's Wu-Tang inspired. So, if he was let go or not, life goes on. I mean, I wouldn't have mind. I was cool with seeing him and Theory go at it, just based off what the storyline is. And you can
I see it. I see it. It looks cool.
That's tough.
It says Mysterio's on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
But this is... And everybody's like, oh, Shane's going to show up in AEW now. I was like, why? Why?
Why would he?
For what?
Doesn't he have kids in the family?
Yes. He
Yeah,
has
go
like
do
3.
that. Go pull a Tom Brady and go spend time with your family.
Speaking of Tom Brady, he's officially retired. Great segue, Isaac. Great segue.
Won't he do it?
Tom Brady has officially made it official.
Anthony, I have a question. Won't he do it?
Yes, he will.
Ain't he good?
Yes, he is. But Tom
Now
Brady has made it official that he is retiring from the NFL after 22 seasons?
22 seasons. You know what this also means, right? It means we got a shot. We have a shot.
Here come the Cowboy fans at the Woodwards.
Let me finish.
Yeah, baby.
Let me clarify. We have a fair shot now because now every team is on that base level, meaning you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about one specific team just because Tom Brady's on it. You know, it doesn't seem as automatic anymore. Clearly, because the Rams and Bengals are in the Super Bowl.
That's until Joe tries to get hit. Right?
Yeah. Like people predicted the Bengals to get to the Super Bowl this season. You know good and well they didn't.
Nobody did.
Nobody.
So we're going to hold tight on the Bengals talk because I want to say the Super Bowl stuff for next week. Hopefully we can find a free day for Breon to pop in and we can talk.
We may have to drive up there. We may have to drive up there and get him.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, at this point,
but what's your thoughts on this?
I dig it. I will say this: I don't like I've never liked numbers on the side of helmets.
So yeah, they got the numbers on the side of the black helmet with the W on the front.
I've never liked that look.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
I mean, the W. Don't get me wrong.
Whites is tough.
The whites are good. The red is good. I feel like it should be red on white.
I kind of want to see red on black.
That too.
The red on black will be dope. The white on white's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
The white on the burgundy is gonna be tough.
Yes.
I'm not too sure if I'm gonna like the white on black.
What about the black on red?
Black on red would be tough too. I think the black could go with just about any of the bottoms.
Yes. However, I don't like I said, I don't like the helmet. I've never liked the helmet with the numbers on the sides. I don't even like that at Alabama.
Yeah, they got some versatility with these uniforms. Now I don't know if anybody else is dropping anything new this year, but yes, we can no longer call them the Washington football team. They are now known as the Washington Commanders.
This is literally when they revealed the new W. I literally thought, why weren't they doing the W on the side of the helmet in the first place? Why were they doing numbers for 2 seasons? That was literally the first thing I saw when I saw the W.
That is a really good point.
I said, put that on the side of the helmet. There it is. You don't have to put numbers on the side of it. But I mean,
that's a good point.
Really not feeling that though. It makes it look like a college thing, you know. But
yeah.
I'm saying I'm talking about the numbers on the side of the helmet. I really don't like
the Chargers have it. The Chargers have it too, right?
Well, the Chargers I don't like the Chargers thing either. So I mean,
I still feel like the Chargers have the best fits in the league, but that's just me.
Oregon has the best uniforms in football, period, college or pro. I don't care what anybody says. It's the versatility. It's the versatility. Come on, they have like 30 different. They have like 30 different combinations.
I'll give you that.
30, and I might be being generous when I say that.
Yeah, they got a bunch. It's almost to the point where they don't wear the same. They don't wear the same uniform.
No, there ain't no way they wear the same uniform once every season. I mean, every week. There's no way every week they're wearing the same uniform. They never wear the same uniform twice. Actually, I can do you one better. I'm willing to bet that they've worn a different combination every season for the last 3 seasons.
I believe so.
They've never worn the same combination.
I believe so.
So, but no. So let's talk about this though. My hashtag for this week is pressed. Do you know why my hashtag is pressed this week, Anthony?
Because you did a bunch of bench presses?
No, absolutely not. No, it's because there were people at my job who are Washington fans. They were not too. Let's say they were palm colored.
Did they want the reskins back?
Yes. They were very pressed about
now.
that. They were not.
I'm gonna be
It
real with
was
you. If they were still the Redskins today, it wouldn't have bothered me because again, I'm not a Washington fan. My
right.
team is in Washington, but it's not in that Washington. Forget that Washington. But at the end of the day, names change. What was it? Was it performative? Yeah, but roll with the punches and move on.
I was gonna
You're
say
still gonna
that
support the
was a
team.
performance. I was gonna say, was it performative? That's debatable because it wasn't like something that just appeared out of nowhere. They've been talking about changing this name for decades, but they just really never got the push they got until recently. The major push that they needed anyway. You know? Because like that's mainly what everybody I was talking to about it today, where they were upset because it was just they kept blaming cancel culture. Said, "Dog, they've been talking about this for decades. This isn't new. It's not. It's
Oh,
not." And
by the
then
way,
I wanted to put it into perspective too, but they're very. It's like sometimes it's like talking to a wall, you know.
yeah.
They're because most of them are like older than me and very set in their ways. So it's like, well, they're getting to the point where they're set in their ways, and it's not going to change. But it made me laugh. Seeing how pressed they got made me laugh. I ain't gonna lie, it was really funny.
So Brian
you're,
Kendrick was
you're really tight about this.
Brian Kendrick was pulled from Dynamite tonight.
Why? What happened?
I saw it coming, especially after what earlier today.
What happened?
So we all know that Brian Kendrick's a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
It's no secret that he is into conspiracy theories. If I'm not mistaken, he was on somebody's podcast talking about it.
So I remember him being on New Day podcast talking about it.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was like a while back now.
It was one of the earlier episodes of New Day podcast.
Still not the best episode. The best episode was the Royal Rumble talking about what he's going to do to Goldberg. That was.
So it came. One of his conspiracy theories resurfaced about him and the Nazis.
Oh, okay. If
it's one demographic of people you cannot talk about, you know who they are. Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah. Side note.
So basically, he pulled a Whoopi before Whoopi pulled a Whoopi.
That was completely wrong. She was completely wrong. No defense of it. Because no. She was wrong. She was wrong. What did Brian Kendrick say exactly? Pretty much the same thing.
Do I want to read this? All right, and I quote.
Okay, very, very good cover. Great cover.
And I quote. These are not my words. These are the words of Brian Kendrick. YouTube. And I quote. Matter of fact, watch this. The H is overblown and the RC stated it was only 250,000 Jays who were killed, who were offed, and the number was blown up to justify the creation of a country where these individuals live. I'm not quoting anymore. I'm just trying to let me put the dots together without trying to,
I'm trying to.
The not solid or liquid chambers. I'll say this to you. The not solid or liquid chambers were for delousing, and some evidence suggests that the Allies mocked up the life-ending camps to expand the lie. The R's off 10 million C's, so these are Catholics, during the same period, and they didn't receive a country for their loss. So basically what he's saying is the Catholics didn't get the same treatment as the Jays. I don't know how long ago this was, but it just resurfaced. This man had been in WWE for, 2016 was CWC? He's been in WWE for at least 5 years. So I don't know if this was done while in WWE or prior to, because like we said, he is a conspiracy theorist. He goes out there and has a lot of different conspiracy theories. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some that I was like, okay, makes sense. But this is again, like I said, wild take. Here you go, Brian Kendrick. And so it came out. Of course, we already know who broke the news. The one guy that's behind everybody being outed for something and blocks everybody at the same time. Unblocked on both my accounts, Mr. Bixen Span. So yeah, I don't know what to do with that. Wild takes, man. Wild takes. So now Moxley has no opponent, which I think is probably going to be a new signing. Keith Lee. Do you bring Keith Lee in just to lose to Moxley on his first night?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Maybe let's say Dorado? Middle League?
I think you use tonight, if you're serious about Mox Danielson, you use tonight to build more on that. Maybe post-match confrontation.
Lee?
Moriarty?
Give it somebody with a similar style to Brian? Maybe Lee?
He's your best bet.
Yeah. Moriarty, I should say that because there's two Lees in AEW. I can't do the same thing with WWE because we know WWE doesn't do the similar name thing.
Lee Moriarty is probably your best bet if you're going to give him any opponent because he's good. Like Moriarty's good, and he'll definitely give Moxley a good match. You know,
and I think Athena shows up tonight too.
I apologize for my silence. I'm trying to process this because this is why I don't like conspiracy theories. Now, I get that they're theories, but usually when somebody has a conspiracy theory, it is based in something that they personally believe. To me, that's just what I think. You know.
Yeah,
I think that when people say stuff like this, that I'm not going to repeat, he says stuff like this, it's because they have an ideology that is similar to this already, but they're using the term conspiracy theory to justify it. So, because if they just said it, it would sound more terrible than it is because it's already terrible. Like the first sentence is already bad. Not even the complete sentence. The first 4 words are heinous. I'm not going to repeat. Those first 4 words are terrible.
I mean, I've heard some really bad conspiracy theories, especially when it comes to that.
If anything,
this is up there. If
anything, I'm going to say it's underblown. Do you know why I say that? And I'm probably I might catch heat for this. I might not. I say it's underblown. Do you know why? Because you have people walking around here in America with shirts that say 6MWE. Do you know what 6MWE stands for? Here, I'm going to text it to you.
Is this some Neo-N type rhetoric? So you said 6?
6MWE.
I'm already going to guess the first part is 6 million. Well, I kind of know where that's going.
I just sent it to you. Because you have people walking around with shirts like that. And then you have video of people in Florida repping that same stuff, that same loser mentality. Because it ain't like it'd be different if there was a different outcome. Well, if there was a different outcome, we probably wouldn't be here. But there's people who applaud that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking on.
So if anything, it's underblown. And then on top of that, there's people who want to ban it now from learning about it because it's so. Or we talk about it too much. No, we don't talk about it enough. You don't talk about it enough because nobody gets it here. Well, because it didn't happen here, so we don't care. We don't give a fuck because it didn't happen here. You know who gives a fuck? Germany. It happened. Germany did it. And you know what they do? They don't even think about it. They will arrest you, if not kick the shit out of you in Germany, if you come waving that stuff over there now.
And this is and the only reason we get away with it here is because we have
freedom of speech.
This freedom of speech to where you can say these things. And I forget what it was.
You can say these things. You can wear this stuff free of consequence. Why? Because it's your opinion and nobody can entrench in your opinion. Fucking bullshit. Let's move on.
I mean, and my thing is because I was going to say it to you earlier. I was like, as a person that agrees with free speech, I also believe in free left sometimes for a certain speech. The government can't do anything about you, but I'm gonna come talk to you about your bad takes. Because it didn't say that I couldn't ridicule you on takes as horrible as what we've been seeing from these people like this. And then AJ posted something that happened outside where he lives at. And I'm pretty sure that's probably what you got out of that from, because it's looking like the same people from just the search I just did.
Who's in Florida? Where's he live? In Florida or Georgia?
In Florida. He lives in Florida. Yeah.
Okay, so it was the video. The video.
Let's talk about Frank. They were outside.
Yeah.
So Top Dollar.
Yeah. The video talking about where the person was driving down the road and they're all standing around there like a bunch of clowns.
Yeah. And again, like you said, you could get away with it here because we're so free that they can do that, and the government can't infringe on your free speech and blah blah blah. And then sometimes you have people that are influenced by that who want to take it a step further.
Yeah.
And act on your speech.
So you can do that, right? So you can wave your hateful propaganda, because that's all it is. It's just hateful propaganda. It's just hateful propaganda. And then you can go take that hateful propaganda and commit mass murder. And, people will find a way to justify it. But I hit you with my car because you're hateful, because of that, and I'm wrong.
Basically. But here's the one thing I will say about
But I will say this. No,
I
bet I hit you with my car. I bet I hit you with my car because you're wearing that garbage. I hit you with my car. I bet you I get a GoFundMe that bails me out.
I don't endorse this.
I bet you.
Isaac's thoughts are not my thoughts. I just want to put that out there right now.
I bet if I hit somebody with my car who's wearing that garbage, I bet you I get a GoFundMe that bails me out.
All I'm going to say is this: if you're going to be that way, I'd rather you show me in my face than you hide it behind my back. So for those people, that way I know, oh, yeah, I need to avoid them. I wouldn't want you to be standing beside me and have these thoughts in your head and then stab me in the back.
Yeah, let me know up front.
At least be the Pharisees, not Judas Iscariot.
Oh, perfect.
Be them. Be the ones that I know are coming against me instead of being somebody that's like my boy and you got all these thoughts and ready to stab me in the back whenever the opportunity comes. So in that regard, this is why I feel like freedom of speech has its benefits, because now people have the freedom to show you who they really are in person. So I support you going out there and showing how much of a fool you are. That way I can know, okay, avoid them like the plague. Boom. And I just turned around that way. Because I was listening
on top of that, there's one thing that is not covered in the Constitution: freedom of consequence.
Boom. Boom. Because I was listening to a guy. He was talking about she was a circuit court judge, and she had got a lot of. It was a black woman that got a lot of heat because she said that she felt like stores should be able to discriminate based on whatever. And I was like, I see where you're going here, and I just want to throw this context out there. Would you rather shop at a store? Would you rather a store tell you they don't want you in there? Or would you rather go to the store and they don't want you in there, but they won't tell you? And then they give you every reason to believe that they don't want you in there.
Hey, let me know.
Let me know so I can take my money somewhere else.
I was gonna say, let me know so I can burn it down. I was gonna say, let me know so I can burn it down, so I can throw bricks at it later.
I'm not that guy. Clearly I'm the diplomat here.
Are you though?
Yes, I'm the diplomat. I may fuss. Really? I may fuss. Really, I may raise my voice, but I'm diplomatic.
Are you though?
Clearly, I'm more diplomatic than you.
But given the opportunity, but given the opportunity, would you be?
Yes, because I've never been a fighter. Like I'm saddled right now. I don't want to fight no more because I'm not a fighter.
Oh, I notice how you threw the no more in there because I got some stories, but
I don't want to fight no more because I'm not a fighter. I'd rather talk about it. And if I feel like and I'm like, look, if you don't like me as because I'm black, that's cool. You can like I said, at this point, I'm at a point in my life now where if a racist white person called me the N-word hard ER, I'm like, whatever, just don't say it to the next person behind me. And I walk past looking at you like you're goofy because you're gonna say it to the next person, and I'm letting them handle you. I don't have to get my hands wet. I don't have to get my hands dirty. Because at a certain point, I know that you're gonna get what's coming for you. And I know that's not my avenue. I've been in situations where I've been done wrong, and years come by, and I see, oh, you're not in a better position than you thought you were. To the point where I've been done wrong by ex-girlfriends, to where they come back and apologize to me years later. Like, sorry, it's like the first thing you say was like, "The heck are you talking about?" So it's like, why do I have to put myself in a situation where I could get in legal trouble when I can let somebody else do it?
Like me.
And then I'll feel sorry for you. I'll pray for you. I'll feel sorry for you. But at the same time, be careful who you do bad things to.
Be careful where you spread your hate.
Like I said, because when it comes to the N-word, I say it all the time. Use it at your own risk. Some people gonna be like me, gonna look at you, look like you're stupid. Other people aren't gonna be so diplomatic about it.
Some people may actually run you over with your car.
Some people may hit you with a can of Twisted Tea. We've seen it.
Some people may turn into Kamaru Usman, hit you with the hit you with that. Hit
so,
you with that right
like
hand.
I said, if you want to be a racist, go ahead, do it. But just know, it's not too many people out there that's going to be standing for it, and you can just get away with this scot free. And this is why I support our First Amendment, because now it gives me it makes my job easier. You tell me who you are as a person. I want to hear what you got to say. So now I'm happy that this came out about
Kendrick.
Yeah, Brian Kendrick. So now I know who Brian Kendrick is. I would rather know who you are than have to guess. So anybody that's saying that we need to get rid of the First Amendment, you're just making your job harder.
Way harder.
Oh,
speaking of making jobs hard, Brian Flores.
Brian Flores, this is the last story. Boy, you were hitting on all cylinders with these transitions. Brian Flores has Sue the NFL.
Yep.
And
Apparently,
the more I look into it,
it's hilarious.
Think he's gonna win. I don't think he's gonna win.
It's hilarious, but I'm with you. It's
I don't
not
think
even
he's gonna
him.
win.
Hugh Jackson came out as well because the two things that both of them share in common. Hugh Jackson claims
the tanking
that
situation.
Yes,
the Browns paid him what it was going to pay him to tank.
Yes.
So I was listening to a lawyer talk about it, and he said, I don't think he's going to have much to really stand on when it comes to the race thing.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to prove that you were the diversity interview. That's one. So is he going to be able to prove that he was the only coach that was interviewed that was black? Because we know the Rooney Rule, they have to interview at least one black coach, which I think is stupid. Is it one or two?
Looking at it right now.
All right. But I told you, I feel like a lot of the people that was on the right probably disagree with the Rooney Rule anyway because it's nothing but AA. So the more I thought about it, I was like, can he actually prove that was the case?
It's two.
Okay.
It's two.
So
the Rooney Rule requires teams to interview 2 external minority candidates for vacant head coaching jobs.
So it's an external minority.
Yeah. So somebody
it doesn't
outside.
have to be black. So they could have interviewed a woman and it would have counted. Basically.
Yo, I will take a woman head coach, honestly. Well, no, they got one. Well, she's not a head coach. She's not a head coach.
You know what you're doing. And here's my thing. I'm not here for the hiring you just because who you are. I'd rather hire you for can you win? And sometimes we've seen that where they hirings because of the name or who they were, and it comes to backfire. I mean, usually it's the Belichick disciple that gets hired because they are Belichick's people, and it doesn't usually turn out well. I think Flores is probably the best example of anybody that's made good so far. Josh McDaniels has another opportunity, but do you see him succeeding? I don't know. So at this point, I don't see him getting another job anytime soon now.
Oh, him?
Yeah,
Brian Flores? No. I do like.
I don't even know if I would. I don't even know if I would if I were him. I don't think I would be putting this lawsuit out.
Well, obviously for him, he thinks he's doing the right thing.
I mean,
like he even said like he's doing this at risk of his career.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And which again, I can respect because at least you know the ramifications of if this doesn't go in. You know your ramifications. So you're not going to come out here and try to woe is me.
Because the thing is, what's so bad about this is like, it's just really weird that because I looked up Adam Gase, for example. Yeah, that's how bad.
What a train wreck!
Yeah, that's how bad he was. I brought that up because I'm thinking about all the times that there could have been during the offseason when teams were looking for coaches. And then I'm thinking about all the guys they brought in. Adam Gase, they brought in Brian Dabble, they brought in all these people.
Which they kind of knew they were going to bring in, they were going to sign him anyway.
Right. But I'm saying, my thing is they're bringing in people. How these people we've never heard of? I never heard of Ben McAdoo until he got hired in New York.
To be fair, sometimes it works.
It's just me.
Because let's be real, who knew of I can't even think of his name now, the Rams head coach.
The who? Wait, who?
Rams head coach.
Sean McVay?
Yeah. I didn't know about Sean McVay until he popped up, and we see now that Sean McVay has carried his team to their second Super Bowl now. Same thing with Zach Taylor. Shout out to Zach Taylor. He's done something
he was a Washington head coach, offense coordinator.
I didn't know that. And then you gotta remember that he took a team that was led by a black man that a lot of people felt like he had something to do with the organization in the first place because ain't no way that man's gonna last that long and be mediocre. I'm talking about Marvin Lewis.
Yeah.
Like mediocrity for all those years, either not making the playoffs or getting to the playoffs just to get knocked out in round one. Every single time he got there. And that man was in there, it seemed like all my life.
I will say this part of the lawsuit, he probably will get over on is the interview process. Because that was some pretty like damning
about the
stuff.
Broncos.
The Broncos want that.
Yeah, that was weird. That one, and then the situation with the was it
the Giants?
No, McNair. I think no. When he got told that he'd get paid the tape.
Yeah, that was the Dolphins. Okay,
so those two things right there are really going to I think are hold the most weight in this lawsuit.
He says Flores alleges Stephen Ross offered him $100,000 in bonuses to lose games in an effort to secure the number 1 pick in the 2019 draft, trying to get Burrow in 2019, if memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, because I think that was the most everybody was trying to say for Joe.
Either him or Tua.
Well, you got to remember so it probably was Tua.
Well, no. Actually, no. I take it back. Kyler.
Sure? It was before. Okay, that was beforehand then, because you remember that year they were trying. Because you remember the whole thing was tank for Tua, and this is before Joe Burrow really popped off.
Yeah,
Joe Burrow didn't really pop off came out that mid-season.
Year. Yeah, Tua didn't come out that year.
No, didn't they come out together?
2019.
Yeah, Burrow and Tua came out together.
Am I against you? Hold on.
No, because Burrow came out. Oh, wait.
Hold on. I'm looking at the 2019 draft. Okay, here we go.
No, they both
2020.
Came out this.
The 20 draft. It's 2020. Yes. 20.
Because it was 10
Burrow
for the longest.
Yeah, Burrow goes 1 in 2020, and then because last year was his rookie year. So yeah,
right. So then Tua went in what 5? Tua went 5.
Yes. Burrow went 1, Tua went 5, and Trevon Diggs went 51.
You just had to get it out of Diggs. You just had to
Trevon Diggs
because you know I wanted. I wanted Trevon Diggs.
Yeah.
But we had to go get the linebacker. We could have.
Who y'all even get? Who y'all fools even?
Jordan Brooks.
How's that working out for you?
I wanted Trevon. We could have had Trevon Diggs and Quandre Diggs back there and been set.
We got him. We also got CeeDee Lamb in this draft. It was a good draft for us. It was a really good draft. I really wanted Jerry Jeudy, man.
Well, it's a good thing y'all got CeeDee Lamb because CeeDee Lamb is a lot better off than Jerry Jeudy right now.
Fair. It's fair. Anyway, so he said he was paid to tank so they could get the number 1 pick in that draft, which would have been Kyler Murray. And then like I said, the sham interviews. Like I said, that one's got to be the worst one because it says here, according to this, it says he showed up to, here it goes. Flores, in addition, Flores said that Broncos officials, when he was interviewing for the Broncos job, arrived late to a head coach interview in 2019 and alleged they had been drinking heavily the night before, suggesting that they did not take his interview seriously before they hired Vic Fangio, who's white.
Isn't Fangio gone now?
Yes. He got fired this season.
All right, I just want to say I don't really care about the colors. I just want to say that Fangio sucked. That's all.
He was bad. He was bad. But as far as that goes, I'm saying that's
corporate America.
It is, but like for this situation,
a lot of the issues are just corporate issues, and I'm probably gonna be saying that soon again because I expect some phone calls be going out within the next few days because I know earnings calls tomorrow. The WWE earnings calls tomorrow, by the way. So Twitter's it usually follows that. So we're going to see we're going to see corporate America in the wrestling world once again.
Nightmares and bad takes. That's
So
what that
brace
is.
yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, because it's coming.
Also, but what he was saying was that because he was getting allegedly being paid to tank, and but here's what kind of got me. He says the NFL said the allegations were without merit, and then the NFL
That's
and it
fine.
says the phrasing was in response to a lawsuit. The NFL statement could be read to could be read to be saying there was no merit in the accusation to laws that were broken. To me, when I don't think laws were broken, but it's like it does seem like adverse to your league policy, to what you
Which they're going to
assume
defend it. They're going to
to
defend
the
it.
integrity. I guess it's to the integrity that you're trying to build in your league, or in at least in your hiring process, as far as the league goes.
Big corporations want to defend themselves at all costs. So
absolutely, they did say he could, if those allegations about him paying to tank are true, he could lose his team. Stephen Ross could be forced to sell the team. Hugh Jackson, I believe that too, but also I believe at the same time the Browns were just bad. You know what I mean?
They
it was
were.
both.
So
I feel like it was both.
They didn't need to tank.
I feel like it was both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could be bad without tanking, but plus, like even when they did tank, so to speak, it's like they didn't even get the piece they needed in the draft. Well, that's not entirely true. They got Baker Mayfield, but they got something,
I guess
he got him something. He got what Nick Chubb.
Josh Allen.
You got Nick Chubb
when he's healthy.
Yeah, so that's something. But definitely the one thing is that the thing about John Elway is not about the Broncos. That's bad. And also, it doesn't help the thing with the Giants because apparently, allegedly,
they had to hire.
Yeah,
and then
they hired him.
I don't think it's really going to affect his case at all.
Yeah,
because it's a lot of cases where they will have interviews, even though they do know that we already got our guy, but let's go ahead and do this interview just for the sake of formality.
Right, which is why he's upset. Which you can't. I mean,
yeah,
I can understand that.
Yeah, I can understand that. But at the same time, I still don't think that was really going to win him this case at all.
Oh, we'll have to see.
Time will tell. I've been wrong plenty of times, and when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Just like I was wrong about Jeff Hardy's situation.
Speaking about situations, we got a situation with Joe Burrow. He's in the Super Bowl. And nobody saw it coming. Nobody saw it coming.
Joe Shiesty, what's good?
Joe Cool. I'm calling him Joe Cool now.
Joe Shiesty, that's my dog.
Actually, Joe Shiesty sounds better. That guy's something else.
Yeah, but we saw it in college.
Yes, we did.
I remember at the gym, and they were in the semifinals for the college playoffs. And he was just out there dogging them boys.
15-0 record, which is the best record ever. Heisman Trophy, national title.
Doesn't he have didn't he break the record for most touchdowns that was held previously by Brennan?
Colt Brennan?
Colt Brennan, rest in peace.
Oh yeah, that's a shame. I keep forgetting that.
Because I have NCAA 2013, and I was looking at the records. I was like, "Oh shoot, that's
what do you have that? What do you have that on?
PS3.
In your house?
Yeah.
Right now. Yeah. You have another controller?
I do not. I have to get one though. So, I got FIFA, I have FIFA 13 as well, which I just played the other day. I'm trying to find All Pro Football 2K8 and Doug Williams football black college experience.
They have that on PS3?
Yeah.
I assume it's just all HBCUs?
Yes. The game sucks, but I'm here for the bands.
Are the graphics good?
No.
What is it?
They're pretty. No, it's not. It's not that bad. It's very low end PS3 rate graphics. It's not better than NCAA's graphics. I'll say that much.
So what I just heard is, and I think everybody else heard it. I think I heard challenges being thrown out. Is that what I heard?
Are you talking about the day after Valentine's Day?
That's February 15th.
Huh?
I'm talking about the fact that I heard, you said you had college football 2013. You said you had FIFA 13.
You get this word.
I don't know how much work you're going to give me in FIFA from somebody who's played every FIFA since FIFA 06.
I'm probably going to lose FIFA. I ain't going to hold you.
I mean,
I'm straight cheeks. I gotta get my stick game up first.
Okay. Well, I mean, you do that. I mean, and then we'll go from there.
We still gotta run this Madden too.
Yeah, we gotta run. We gotta run. So
all right. So I'm gonna get some announcements out before we dip out of here.
He did, yeah. He's responsible for the first in FBS history. Most touchdowns responsible for in a season, 65. Wow.
Joe Breezy, Joe, whatever you want to call him, man. Saturday, if you're not doing anything, Virginia Championship Wrestling will be having their event at the Norfolk Masonic Building. I and my friend will be going. I invited her to go.
The 4th is a Saturday. Is it the 4th or the 5th?
Saturday is I can find out.
If it's on the 4th, that's a Friday.
Oh, it's the 5th.
Oh yeah, that's a Saturday. But speaking of the 4th, Killer Cross comes back on the 4th. He's 6'4", 221. Joe Burrow is.
Say it again.
Joe Burrow is 6'4", 240 and 221 pounds.
Yep. I'm just praying for his health and strength back there against that D line.
Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure. So, what else you got?
I think it's the 15th of February. Looks like it's Anthony Hamilton versus Music Soul Child. I think I put that in the group chat.
Oh, the verses. Speaking of verses,
babies will be made that night.
Yeah. Speaking of which, also, Dre put on Instagram who sees Eminem in the verses, and it set the world ablaze because Swiss Beats responded Busta Rhymes.
You're not gonna like my take. I agree. I go Busta.
After thinking about it, because I love them both in a versus and a live atmosphere, like they have been running the verses in recently.
Yeah,
I'd have to agree. I love Eminem to death, but Eminem is more of a battle rap environment versus a hit for hit environment.
Good point.
So, Tana Talk 4, Benny the Butcher, next week, next Friday.
Speaking of which, let me see why you bring that up.
And I listened to it. I listened to Cole and the Butcher. I liked it. It's definitely going on the playlist.
I figured you like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Cole really fits in with their style.
I'm gonna say it's Cole and the Butcher and Benny the Butcher. Like, Also on that album, they're dropping Spurs 4 with Butcher, Westside, and Conway.
What's this, the fourth?
Also, apparently Diddy is on there, which is going to be weird.
No, they were calling Tony Khan Diddy all week. Did you see the clip of them at the Bulls game yesterday?
Yeah, somebody said when your producer tries to do too much.
He was doing too much, but that's Tony Khan for you. Let's see. Released out upcoming release. The fourth. Ooh. I'm already hyped for this week.
What's
2 Chainz. Dope, don't sell it so.
Okay.
2 Chainz has been solid with his albums. Saba with Few Good Things, and Yo Gotti with CM10. I'm with it.
I might listen to that Saba.
Also this month, like you
Maybe.
said, Benny the Butcher, Tana Talk 4 is coming out.
Can't wait for that.
On the 13th, Snoop Dogg is dropping BODR. The 18th, Big Crit is dropping Digital Roses Don't Die. And clearly Isaac is waiting for this one here. Kanye West dropping Donda 2 on the 22nd.
That put a star by that because we're not sure.
Well, knowing Kanye, we'll probably get it in June.
He did say he's not touching. According to social media, he's not touching his phone until the album drops. So
we'll probably be getting that in June.
Yeah. Curious as to what's on it though. Who's going to be on it? But we'll see.
But yeah, we got some solid artists dropping some music this month. Definitely looking forward to Friday. That Sab will probably be on repeat for a good while.
Do you have any early matches of the year so far?
I know people not gonna like it. Roman Reigns with Seth Rollins is already.
I was gonna say begrudgingly that worked its way in there for me.
Roman Reigns with Seth Rollins is definitely on my list right now. I was trying to think of another one that was real. Not
probably
yet.
Gonna be
That's
at the
probably
bottom.
it.
It's probably going to be at the bottom for me. Wrestle Kingdom main event because Okada is just so good at what he does. I need more Eddie Kingston this year.
We'll see. We'll see what Punk and Max do tonight.
I need more Eddie Kingston. I need a Mox and Danielson fight this year. That's probably going to go on there. If
they're feuding now, right?
Yes. If Danielson and Gresham fight this year, may need to
I just noticed that we're 4 weeks away from Revolution.
How long?
4 weeks. And as of right now, I can't tell you any match that seems like, oh, I really want to see this. Because at first I was like, okay, MJF and Punk, that's great. That's gonna be a great attraction match for Revolution. Now we're getting that tonight. So now I'm like, well, I don't know.
Well, considering they haven't touched and being just passed by each other, I think we get Mox Danielson at Revolution.
Well, they need to go ahead and get on it because
that's what I'm saying. I think that's what tonight is for.
I need that cooking. I don't. TV dinners are cool and all, but I like my stuff coming out the crock pot.
I can't see. I don't know. This is
which is what, and that's it. That's why I really love the MJF Punk stuff because it's been slow burn.
Here's what I'm at for this for AEW as a whole. And I'm not blaming age of company on this. It is definitely a trust the process kind of company. When I say that, it is a company when they throw something together, you have to say, okay, let's see. And usually, like 70% of the time, I'll be generous. 85% of the time, it's pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 85%, it's really good. So you kind of trust him with that. Even as far as dynamites go. Now, for example, like pay-per-view goes, they put together Punk and Kingston 2 weeks, and I wanted to see it. You know? And then they went on the show and they killed it. Killed it, bro. Killed it. In like less than 20 minutes. Actually, less than 20. I think they went like 15. But yeah, you know, stuff like that. But I need more Eddie Kingston this year. Also, Bloodsport was announced. Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 8. No offense to Josh Barnett, but I don't want him to be on it.
Come on, man.
I don't. Like, it just kind of seems because
give me Cross versus Mox.
Oh my god. Oh. They do have unfinished business. They did say next time they were going to see each other, you know. No. Because like I said, Mox pulled that was so great. Mox pulled up on him in Vegas at FSW. Mox pulled up on Cross in Vegas during his Natural Born Killer show, which is basically Bloodsport in FSW. But he pulled up on him and they fought. Good match, too. Good fight. It's a good fight. So still want them to change that belt back, but I don't think they will.
You're wishing upon a star now.
Yeah, also waiting for Ibushi to come back, but considering he's almost 40, which is weird, but he don't look it. He don't look it. Although I could kind of tell the age is coming up on him because I was watching that match, because I was thinking about that match, and like, yeah, you can tell he's not as young as he used to be because, well, I mean, he broke his arm, but like, you know, you can tell he's not as old as he used to be because he would have hit that different. He probably would have landed that differently. But then again, he lands on his neck. He likes to land. He practices landing on his neck for whatever reason. So I miss Ibushi. I say all that to say I miss Ibushi. And him and Kenny Omega are going to confront each other at some point this year, and it's going to be awesome. Use your words. Use your words.
Oh, no. I'm dying. Oh,
Use your words.
Yo, shout out to Dick Van Klondike. So he tweets, yesterday they hired Brian Kendrick Fast. Today they fired Brian Kendrick Fast. And it's a video of Brian Kendrick running into the ring. Immediately as he slides into the ring, he gets picked up by Big Show and gets thrown right back out the ring. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm about to quote you to tag you. That's all I got for the week, man. I'm happy I ended off with a laugh, man. Y'all have a great rest of your week. Who knows, if I get some time in my schedule and something big breaks off, I might do another Tell the Truth segment. I kind of want to do at least once a week. Make some more people mad. The truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free.
John 8:32.
But first, it'll piss you off. With that being said, peace, love, and pots. So I always remember to drink water. We're going to get up out of here, everybody. Deuces. What's that kind of ending?